27 years later. Winter. Chapter 1. It's all the fault of the half-naked teenagers, or most of it anyway. They're staggering about drunkenly on the TV screen, and Dan is staring at them as if his life depended on it. "What the hell are you watching?" I say as I come into the room, bearing 2 mugs of extra strong coffee to help prevent the hangover we'll otherwise be doomed to have. It's 12:30 a.m, and we've been drinking geriatric drinks all night. Aunt Pearl's way of thanking us for moving her belongings into her new retirement flat during the day. I don't think port and lemon agrees with me, and it certainly doesn't agree with Dan. It's given him short-term memory loss, judging by the fact that he completely forgot to wish me Happy New Year when we heard Big Ben strike 12 on the radio in the taxi that was bringing us home. Once we arrived, Dan got out of the car, unlocked the front door, and then headed straight for the sofa like a homing pigeon, one with opposable claws for operating remote controls and a tendency to go deaf whenever wives ask awkward questions. I try again. "What is this program, Dan?" I say. "God knows," he says, taking the mug I pass him without moving his eyes away from the screen. "Brits in Ibiza or something like that." He must be able to sense my expression as he then adds, "Probably the channel Joel was watching before he went out tonight." It's so useful having a supposedly adult son still living at home whenever you need to pass the buck. I doubt Joel would be caught dead watching this idiotic program. Not when he can view similar scenes any night of the week when he's out clubbing, and in the flesh, as it were. God, there's an awful lot of that on this TV show. I shift about in my seat, suddenly uncomfortably aware of what I'm now wearing. Mismatched pyjamas to go with my rather less mismatched face and arse. They say either your arse can look good after the age of 40, or your face, but never both. When you get as close to 50 as I am now, both are past their sell-by date. I can't see the appeal of half-naked teenagers myself, not since I stopped being one, I say. Especially not when they're vomiting everywhere like this lot will be in a minute. Isn't there anything better on? Dan doesn't reply. You'd swear he'd been watching this program for at least the last 2 hours, and it was about to reach a thrilling climax, given how hard he's concentrating. I repeat what I've just said, and then I wave at him across the room, but he doesn't react. And then I feign a coughing fit. Still, no response whatsoever, none. So I pull off one of my slipper socks and throw it at him. My aim's a bit off, but I do finally succeed in getting Dan's attention. In fact, he almost jumps out of his skin. "What the fuck, Hannah?" he says, fishing the sock out of his coffee and making a face. "Why did you do that?" "You were ignoring me," I say, too busy ogling those girls with their boobs and asses hanging out. "Oh, for Christ's sake," says Dan, who suddenly looks quite angry. Very angry, actually. I'm not used to seeing him like that. Even during the stupid arguments we've been having recently. He did get a bit cross when I complained about him and Joel never putting toilet roll-inners into the bathroom bin the other day, but nothing like as cross as this. Now he looks as if he can't stand the sight of me. "I was joking, Dan," I say quickly. It's only half a lie, but he spots it anyway. "Like hell you were." Dan glares at me, and then he adds, "All I wanted was to chill out in front of the TV after a bloody long day dealing with Pearl, and it didn't matter what I was watching as far as I was concerned. But if I had picked this program on purpose, then who could blame me? The only flesh I get to see these days is on TV." Dan seems almost as shocked by what he's just said as I am, and there's silence for a moment, as we both let his words sink in. Then I swallow and say very slowly and clearly, "You mean that's the type of flesh you prefer? You make that pretty obvious."